Check out this impressive tool storage. This is by far the biggest tool collection I have ever seen. Let's give a tour. All right, guys, so this is Brian, and this is a lot to take in. So why don't we start by just telling us exactly what are we looking at?
What we got is a Snap-on Epic series. We got a locker, a Mr. Big lower section with a top chest, another locker on that end, and then we also have the 68-inch section, top and bottom, and overhead lockers across the whole thing.
Overhead lockers, bookshelves, upper cabinets, whatever the hell you want to call them. And now, did you acquire this all at once or over time?
No, I started off with the Mr. Big bottom box, and then shortly after added the work center and the top box to it. And then a couple months later added both lockers to the end.
And then when we get this?
Probably about 3 years after we built all this, we added that Epic to the end and then put all the overhead lockers on top.
Who's we?
Well, me and my wallet.
What everyone wants to see is the top drawer, right?
Oh,
so
always.
which one is considered the top drawer here?
I guess we have multiple
Top drawers. All right, well, which one do you want to?
I mean, this is probably the most important one because you can't do your job without sockets.
Oh.
So this is probably the everyday go-to drawer with all your everyday sockets in it.
How about this top drawer?
Also sockets, more of the specialty stuff for the rounded fasteners, 12-point hardware, axle nuts.
What is this?
That's the future.
You're getting rid of this?
I am.
Okay, so we're
gonna change the color.
All right. Wow. Okay, let's put that aside for a second.
The FDXs and then all the 12-point stuff and some of the bigger Allens and stuff that we need.
Hey, look at that, you got the dog bones too.
Third top drawer.
Yeah.
That's where we keep all the air tools, which probably don't use much of them anymore, but still do have a use and still use them.
Okay, I just did a video on if air is dying. What are your thoughts on that? Do you even use an air ratchet anymore?
I've been doing this a long time, so I still find that I do use them for certain applications just because of the way it feels and how it works.
All right, we're gonna make our way back to the Mr. Big, so let's go with the second drawer here.
Metric wrenches. Obviously, we're pretty much in a metric world now, so we need a lot of metric wrenches. Different ratchet wrenches and offsets and stuff like that.
Now these are the Wrench Pros, right?
Yeah.
For organization.
Yes.
Looks great. All right, let's go next drawer.
Pliers.
Pliers.
I maybe like to collect a few pliers.
What's your go-to?
Probably these Snap-on pair we use a lot, and then the new Talon needle nose combo pliers.
Do you have these Allen 47s, the 46s,
Yeah.
and the 44s too?
I do, yes.
Nice.
Now, if they would come out in Power Blue, I'd be a happier customer.
I feel like that's coming.
I feel like it's already out, but
Is it?
it might be, yeah.
The little guy?
The 44s, yeah. Everything changed to Power Blue. T-handles, Allens, ball, straights.
Brand new, never opened.
Well, I don't like to use that set yet.
I understand.
Scrapers.
I understand.
Should have maybe cleaned before you came.
No. Colors.
Yeah, all my pullers. There's pullers in some other drawers too, but this is the stuff you kind of use on a normal basis.
I think we're going to quickly find out that there's pretty much nothing in the Snap-on catalog that isn't in this toolbox.
Some old Snap-on sockets I bought just to collect because I like the old writing. A little historic.
Oh yeah, for sure. The old logo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1/4-inch stuff. Extra pearl blue handle I stole from you guys that you don't know about yet.
We won't tell you. Do you have any pink stuff?
I do at home.
Yeah.
I got the pliers and some other stuff. The continuation of the Allens and the T-handles, and the little bits. More pullers.
This is the big boy set, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about you and your job. I mean, when did you open up the shop?
I opened this shop about 8 years ago now, almost 9. Before that, worked just a few places in my career.
Mm-hmm. And what made you decide to open up your own shop?
I was worried about just setting up my future in retirement, so I thought maybe it was time to do my own thing to be able to have something when I retire.
Pass along. Do you have kids?
I do have one son,
A
yes.
son. Is he into it?
Yeah, he works here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
How old is he?
25 now.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I'm getting old.
Son.
That's like the overflow power drawer I got with some of the stuff.
We got to show them your second power door. It's right behind your.
Then we have
What have ya?
the everyday power drawer, where
When did you start your Milwaukee collection?
probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Is there a certain spot for it? Or is it all here or just in this cart too? I see you have the new light back there.
Yeah, that's just some of the stuff that doesn't get used often, that like a vacuum cleaner and stuff like that.
Okay, before we move down to that part of the tool storage, let's go through the work center. And you
With
can
the
see-
Snap-on color collection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We got all the high vis, the black, all the handles.
Probably should have done screwdrivers, it would have been cheaper.
If you guys notice too, Brian is a collector of all colors. So if a color comes out, he has to have it. And then notice the Streamlight collection there. That is normally on a tool truck, but Brian actually has it in his own. So if he's in an orange mood, he can pull out an orange flashlight and use it, or a purple mood, maybe on another day, you can use that too.
The second drawer, these are all our standard wrenches, right?
Yep. Some big ones for some of the off-road vehicles that we actually work on, and some of the bigger suspension trucks we do.
What do you specialize in, would you say?
I kind of do everything. I've been doing it for 30 plus years, so we do a lot of suspension setup for racers and stuff like that, which has a lot of the oddball stuff on it. More wrenches.
There are quite a few race teams in this area, aren't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you friends with those guys?
A lot of them, yes.
Do you race?
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What do you race?
I have 2 Mustangs at home to take to the track, but since I'm always here so I could pay for my Snap-on bill, I don't get to go to the track much.
So, like, what are your? You have obviously. Let's not call it an addiction, right? It's not an addiction, but
I mean, I've been told
I
it's
won't
an
say
addiction.
it. What are you gonna say?
I've been told it's an addiction, and I probably need to start a club for people like me.
So it's
But
tools
I've just,
and-
I think doing it for so long, it's hard to get rid of tools that maybe you don't use much anymore, but
Right.
we still do work on a lot of older cars. So it's hard to part with some of the stuff. And then to keep up with technology and all the new stuff, you're constantly replacing. You guys know sockets come out, all of a sudden there's different points and shapes and sizes. So just kind of keep growing your collection, and you know, you want to have the stuff to do the job and get it in and out for the customer. So
everything just keeps getting more efficient and changing, so you have to keep accumulating.
and
And
organizing.
you don't want to get rid of it.
No, I have a hard time getting rid of it.
I don't think a lot. I think a lot of guys are like you. I mean, I would say you have way more than.
I do have a new Snap-on shirt in stock in
Hey,
case
look at
something
that.
happens.
What do you mean in case something? Oh, in case you need to change.
In case you need a shirt. And those are like all timing tools that you need.
So that's all your specialty stuff, all the weird stuff that comes out every once in a blue moon.
Yeah, a lot of rear end building stuff. I do a lot of rear end work for people, so set up a lot of rear ends, so all the tools and extra stuff I've acquired doing it, just so you have different stuff around, and some of the oddball extra sockets that you have to buy.
Now,
Everybody needs an organized electrical junk drawer.
It's in there.
Just fuses and relays, easy access for stuff you use often. Good old timing tools. Like I said, most people wouldn't use that stuff nowadays. We do a lot of old cars, as you could see. People bring them to me. I probably work on 10 older cars a year. Old suspension tools. Still use them. And then the junk drawer. Everybody's got to have a junk drawer.
Got to.
Just can't part with certain stuff. Yeah.
All right, second drawer of the third.
More like engine specialty stuff and oddball flywheel turners and spark testers and some specialty tools in there. Kind of a mess, but it works.
It doesn't look messy. It all looks pretty organized to me. Okay, so
This is the diagnostic kind of drawer. The Zeus is out right now. Also have just a corded, I guess you could call old-fashioned, but it's not old, scanner, thermal imager, boroscope, the adapters for the older OBD1 vehicles and stuff.
so you have the Zeus on the work center, and you also have an Autel, I saw, right?
Yep, we have the Autel for some of the oddball European stuff.
Brian, what's your go-to? Do you use Autel more, or do you use Snap-on as your main go-to?
The Snap-on's the main go-to, but the Autel does definitely have a purpose for certain vehicles and programming functions.
Do you have any other scanners by the two? Do you have any
Just-
Bosch or Launch?
No,
Or...
I do not. More electrical stuff, and that's the messy drawer with the big pliers.
It's the big dog drawer.
Yeah, yeah. The PWZ are awesome pliers, so I had to have every pair they made.
You have, oh,
Believe it or not, I have used them with some frozen parts on some bigger trucks, but they definitely work.
Brian, the big question we have is, do you have them in pearl blue? Because if you don't...
Not yet, we don't, but we're waiting for them to come out. We will make a warranty claim. This is an air hammer for working on some bigger equipment that you could get through any tool vendor, but by the size it's crazy, and it actually does work. I never thought I would use it, but
Can you hold that sideways?
I can.
I've never seen that. So is that an industrial, non-automotive air hammer? Is that
It's for trucks, like bushings on trucks and the brake anchor pins and stuff like that.
Who makes it?
This is the Mueller Krups.
Oh, yeah. Their group, yeah.
all right. We are getting there.
My Snap-on battery charger usually sits there, but I left it at home. Oil filter, service, junk drawer.
You do that, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Woo, here we go.
This is the electrical drawer, electrical repair.
I see quite a few Knipex in here.
A few, yeah.
Is it Knipex or Nipex?
That's the question to be answered. Did chicken come first or the egg? But I call it nipples.
Oh, do you? All right. Torque wrenches, power blue, of course. Even has a battery in the little.
Well, you're not supposed to leave it in the tech angle wrenches.
That's right.
Little specialty stuff. Little baby torque wrench.
This?
Yeah.
What is this?
The little T-handle snap-on torque wrench for screws and
Oh, yeah.
different applications.
I haven't even had one of those on my truck. I don't know how you have it.
We probably don't want to say why we have it because, you know, there's whatever, but a lot of gun stuff you put together, the scopes with it.
For guns?
Yeah.
Nice. No, there is no sensor here, so just, you know, be free.
Yeah, don't worry about the guns. The last place a burglar would want to rob is a mechanic shop.
So you're tall enough, but do you ever, like...
I kind of know where the stuff is now, so I could just reach. But yeah. The top drawer is the only one that's a little bit of a tippy toe.
Yeah, that
drawer.
one's a tippy toe.
So not super common stuff, but you still need a place to put it. So when you can't go forward or backwards, you start going up.
Can you see me? All right, let's rock these out here. Okay, air hammer bits.
Ah, the foam set.
In the foam.
In the foam. Now we can actually find the air hammer bit when you need it.
Yep.
Sandpaper and vice grips, you know. Little double-sided tape. Tire service stuff. Helicoil kits, left-handed tap and die set.
Who has that?
Well,
Snap-on offered it.
Right.
Actually, a lot of the, like I was saying earlier, the race car stuff.
Oh, okay.
There's left-hand and right-hand stuff that make things double adjustable, so threads get messed up. And
he also couldn't help but notice he has an Epic cart, which is essentially another toolbox. Most people don't know that the Epic cart is the same size as our smaller double bank toolbox.
yeah, we'll work outside in the summer on some of the truck stuff because it doesn't fit in the shop, so I can roll this out so that I don't have to walk back and forth as much.
So this is all the high. Is this where your high vis stuff is?
Yeah, that's how we could separate it from.
These were your high-vis yellow days, right?
Yeah.
The
Hello.
80s?
Hello.
It's awesome. More wrenches. Yeah, that's yellow. Now, Brian,
Jesus Christ.
you've got a lot of Snap-on cordless. How many colors have you collected in total?
The internet's probably going to knock me for this, but I obviously have all the red stuff from when that's all they had. Which a lot of that's older, so it needed to be replaced, but high vis for the mobile solution, power blue for here, and I have all the gray stuff at home now.
Quick quote. David Lee Roth, before my time, famous rock star, said he had a drug problem. Then he made money, and he no longer had a problem. So you could do whatever you want. You're a shop owner.
That's true.
It's no longer a problem.
It's no longer a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's a solution.
All right. So how about these? What's going on up here?
So in the overhead's just kind of all the plastic case stuff,
The blow-out cases.
so you can get to it kind of easy.
Just go like this.
Compression testers, cylinder leakage testers, oil pressure stuff, cleaning supplies. Stuffed my smoke machine in there, but kind of the chemicals and stuff.
Now, have you ever watched one of my videos and you said I gotta have that?
I have.
Which ones?
Which one caught your eye?
That's a good question. Probably when some of the when she's talking about the colors and the power blue breaks out, you know, it's like, oh, look, the hammers came out. We're gonna have to acquire those some. If we come to the hammer drawer, we could see that it's lacking in the power blue, and we've only been able to come across one so far. So
You only have one power blue hammer?
I do.
What about lighting? You got any Snap-on lights?
Oh yeah, we have the 3-pack of rechargeables right there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We have which this is probably one of the best lights.
It is. It's a great light.
The magnetic underhood in-car kind of light, pivotable,
1,000 lumens.
comes in handy.
LED.
And then the everyday just work lights like we've had for years, but adjustable, and
That one's probably the most popular light.
it is. They need to bring them back in colors. Let the bosses know, please.
That's the other thing. People, they think I have a say. They're like, Val, you need to tell them to do this and bring back the old handle and get rid of the flare handle on the hammers. And I'm like, I have no say in that stuff.
Snap-on, if you're watching, you better bring back the high vis. A couple friends are mad they can't get them after they've seen those.
Val has a lot of power calling customer care and waiting on hold. Your call is important to us. Please wait on the phone. Brian, what are your top 5 random collectibles? We call it BA in the industry, but it's random collectibles. I know you have a Snap-on fish tank. What else can you come up with? Foosball tables.
I do have the 100th anniversary foosball table. I do have the arcade machine, which I think is pretty neat to have in the basement. I've also collected all the Epic, I guess, kitchen accessories or whatever they want to call it. I have the little refrigerator, the hot dog roller, the pizza oven. I have an Epic grill.
Tongs and all that stuff too.
Yep, I do. Oh, the pizza cutter and the ice cream scooper are probably the 2 best things in the kitchen because it is the best ice cream scooper.
I tell people that, they laugh at me. They're like, Snap-on makes. I'm like, okay, don't knock it till you try it, because they.
But
are great.
whatever the scooper is, minus the handle. I mean, it's cool that it's Snap-on, but
Right.
the scooper works well.
The ice cream scoopers that other companies sell aren't heat treated, so we heat treat that for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Well, it
That's a
definitely
lie.
cuts through the frozen
Snap-on-
ice cream.
Snap-on doesn't, honey. You're gonna get us in trouble. If you guys notice on top of the box, the Snap-on bump box.
This is the regular bump box. I do have the 100th anniversary one at home. We use when we're having parties in the backyard. Definitely a cool speaker.
Coming along, there's the grip edge, some swag. You have the hammer.
The grip edge swag came because one of the independent tool guys that comes in noticed the Snap-on stuff and had to score that just to put it up there because he thought the Snap-on stuff was cool. You want to hold my big screwdriver?
I can't reach it.
Yeah.
Just
Badass. That's a big tool.
That's what she said.
Before we let you go, you got to come over here and tell us. You said you were getting rid of this, and we're purchasing this now, right? So what is this already ordered?
It is. It is. Just kind of a quick mock-up to figure some stuff out. Wanted to change some drawer configurations around. Was going to add to what we already have, but decided to switch the color to the white with the purple trim, and hopefully to see it in about 8 to 10 weeks.
But Brian, you also at one point, what color was your trim originally? And you bought the package to switch it to purple.
Yes, this was actually just because it's older. They only offered the chrome trim at the time when I purchased the first section, so it was all in chrome, and we changed it over to the purple. And I mean me, and I actually made my Snap-on dealer help change it.
So, God, I don't even.
How much is a whole trim package with that?
Probably don't want to reveal that number.
Okay.
So that the internet does not get upset.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them.
It was $5,500 for all the trim.
All right, Brian, this is very impressive. Thank you for having us over here. And this is just one piece of the puzzle, because I hear your man cave is even bigger. Is that true?
It's a little smaller than the man cave, but I think it's still a pretty nice setup to have at home in the garage.
You want us to come and do a video over there too?
Oh, you're definitely more than welcome.
And when you get the new white and purple box, we'll be back.
Yes, this is going to be more than a one-part series.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We're going to do a couple videos on this setup because there's so much more to see.
Val, be very clear, you're going to be back when it's actually gone, because otherwise you'll be using your truck to move all of this, and I don't think your liftgate handles it.
No,
Oh, we can't use your truck?
no. Snap-on used to move boxes for people, right?
They did.
Yeah.
Yep. The
So
dealer
who
would
are
take it from job to job back when I started doing this. So in the early 90s, if you moved jobs, your dealer would actually help you load up your toolbox and take it to the next destination.
Now, do you even have
Now
that?
they tell you no.
Do you have a tow truck buddy that's going to help you?
I actually own a towing company also, so moving toolboxes isn't a problem for me.
You own a tow company?
I do.
Really? Damn.
If you want to try out our Groit's ceramic speed shine to see how it works on the drawers, you're more than welcome to.
You just want me to do your dirty work.
I do.